Let's Talk Oculus is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to know how to support the show, go to patreon.com/playtestvr. What's up, Oculus nerds? I am Dan from Playtest VR. Welcome to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 28. As always, I am joined by the new homeowner. It's Samson in a brand new place. Samson, how you doing?
Don't go so far as to call me a homeowner, a new home renter.
Renter.
But yeah, vaguely moved in. Finally, just got internet today. We're recording a day late because of that. Still don't have hot water though.
Excellent. So no getting sweaty in synth riders for you at the moment, unless you want some cold ass showers. I'm sure I've heard they're really good for you.
Yeah, not about that. I've been driving the 45 minutes to my parents' place to shower every once in a while.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So just this past week, we had the video game awards. Now, these are game awards for all types of games, including, well, mostly for pancake games, should I say. But they did have a VR category. So we'll be talking about this and if the winner was a worthy winner. And since it's the end of the year, we're going to go through our top 5 games of the year, as well as some disappointments. You know, I call it the airing of grievances for any Seinfeld fans who are celebrating Festivus this year. And there's a few like news parts to cover too. But first, a little housekeeping as always. Audio listeners, you can see the video version on the Let's Talk Oculus YouTube channel. And for you video watchers, you can check out the audio version on your commutes. If you go onto any podcast platform, good or rubbish ones, that all got our podcast. Now, send in your questions at letstalkoculus@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the show. And if you want to support us, join us on patreon.com/playtestvr. Also, we have a Discord. Now, it's not just for patrons, it's for everybody. It's in the links. All the links are below in the video and in the podcast, in the show notes. If you want to join our Discord, we're getting a few more people every day. So definitely join in. Because we'll probably set up some multiplayer sessions soon in after the fall, and we've been doing walkabout sessions too. So if you want to jump into our multiplayer, definitely jump into our Discord.
Come on down.
Hell yeah. All right, Samson. So the Game of the Year nominees were Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite. Now, of course, Resident Evil 4 won. I would say a worthy winner. But in your opinion, like, first of all, those top 5, do you think they are like the quintessential top games of the year?
Well, I have not played 3 of them.
Okay. Which ones have you not played?
I've not played Hitman 3, Expect You to Die 2, or Lone Echo 2. Mm-hmm. I've only spent time in Resident Evil 4 and Sniper Elite. So I can't really speak to most of them. I mean, I have played Lone Echo 1 and Lone Echo 2. I've heard is very similar, and it was great. Absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm. What did you think to Sniper Elite?
What did I think of Sniper Elite? I was a little surprised to see it there, but I mean, I did enjoy playing it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm curious, like, how Sniper Elite made it there instead of, like, you know, Demio.
Well, I was about to say, I think that's the notable, like the one that's missing in this list. I was super surprised. I think Sniper Elite sticks out. I'm thinking, wait, what? Because I played a Sniper Elite, and I honestly wasn't a big fan of it. Like, I think it's a solid game, but playing
because you love Medal of Honor.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like playing Medal of Honor for the last 3 weeks now. The Medal of Honor just feels better. The reloading feels better. Throwing the grenade feels better. Everything in terms of gameplay feels better in Medal of Honor. Now, granted, Medal of Honor wouldn't be in these awards because it technically came out last year. But just to like as a comparison, like Sniper Elite was good, but it wasn't great. Like I wouldn't recommend it to people unless they have a limited quest and they want a war game, but they can't obviously fit that Medal of Honor. But I think a lot of people were surprised that Lone Echo 2 didn't win. I haven't played Resident Evil 4 yet, but just because I can't fit it on my Quest because I've got Medal of Honor hugging it. But your thoughts on Resident Evil are quite positive, right?
Yeah, and I feel like everybody in the Discord has talked very positively of it. I know Kai has also, spoken very highly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen on the Discord as well. People are raving Resident Evil 4. I mean, we had Craig on the show last week, and he was a massive fan of Resident Evil 4 as well. And he said he wasn't really into the horror genre at all, but he's loving it as well. So it looks like potentially a worthy winner. I mean, it's definitely the most popular game. It sold so many units and so many quests, Resident Evil alone. Definitely. But then you've got I Expect You to Die, which was a nice addition because it was definitely a smaller title, and a lot of people love I Expect You to Die 1. And I know Kimberly in our Patreon loves I Expect You to Die. So not really surprising to see that. And Hitman 3, I can't really talk of either because it's a PlayStation VR title. So I'm not really sure in terms of Hitman 3. But yeah, Demio is definitely the one notable thing that's missing. Now, do you think if Demio was in this list instead of Sniper Elite, would you say Demio should probably won over Resident Evil 4 in your opinion?
I mean, I like it more, but I understand why Resident Evil 4 won.
Yeah, the popular vote.
Yeah, that's a big game.
Definitely. So, thought because we had those awards, let's go through our, let's say, top 5 games of 2021. Now, most of these games did come out in 2021. I think me and Samson were prepping this episode. We realized that we play a lot of games that it didn't come out in 2021. They came out in 2020 or before. A lot of Walkabout, and I played a lot of Walking Dead at the beginning of this year, which was obviously last year and such. But Samson, let's kick it off with you. Just give me one of your top 5s there.
Yeah, we try a lot of the new games, but our mainstays that we keep going back to are the OG games, so to say. So my top 5. Obviously, I've sort of spoiled my number 1, so I'll just get that out of the way with Demio. Next up, I will say Hyperdash.
Why Hyperdash for you?
Oh, it's just a great fun arcade shooter. Big fan of like not having to deal with reloading. And fast pace and very fun with the
haptics. Yeah, I remember you playing at the beginning of this year when we kind of started the podcast. Hyperdash was on your what we've been playing list for quite a while. That and Synth Riders was up there. It was one of your top games. Yeah.
Then so it's 2 Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge.
Did you finish it in the end or
no,
not?
I've not finished it in the end yet, but I did enjoy me some few hours in there, and I'm probably pretty close.
Craig was
I just love me some Star Wars.
Yeah, Craig was a massive fan. The guest from last week's show. His first ever game in the Quest, and yeah, loved it. It's not perfect, but any Star Wars fan's gonna love a game like that.
Yeah,
I was thinking of picking it up, to be honest, because when I go back home, I'm gonna go back to the UK next week for 3 weeks, and my dad's not tried. Well, he's tried PlayStation VR because we had it before, but he's not tried the Quest, and he's a big Star Wars fan, so I might get that game just for him. I might get Vader Immortal again. I think I still own it, to be honest, at least the first part. Can't remember if I can't remember if I got rid of it or not, but I'll probably get those 2 Star Wars games just so we can see it, and obviously Walkabout. So yeah,
100%. So it's 1, 2, 3, I believe, correct?
Yep.
Next up, I'm gonna go with the throwback to 2020, Walkabout courses that have come out in 2021. So as we know, Walkabout came out in 2020, but a lot of these courses came out recently, and they are amazing, and they are where I spend most of my VR time outside of Synth Riders.
I think so. I think these course. I think they had 4 or 5 courses at the beginning of this year, and then by the end of this year, well, as this podcast comes out this week, there'll be the 10th course. In a total of 360 holes. That you can play and walk about. And you've got the night courses. You've got the all those balls you can pick up. You've got the clubs as well. And it's such a relaxing game. They've added avatars into the game now. Music as well, like original music, the flyover mode. It's such a good game, right? You can play it even a single player. It's such a good game just to jump in.
Yeah, I love flying around.
Yeah. I used to do when there's one golf club which it looks like a broom a little bit. It's the tree one where it's like a stick, but it's kind of like a broom. So when me and my uncle were playing a few months ago, we were flying around one of the courses, the snow one, the one that's quite snowy. We had like the broom under our between our legs, and we were actually flying around like Hogwarts,
pretending Hogwarts.
Yeah, just one of those. Like that's all we were doing for ages. We were just flying around, and it's like, what are we doing? This is just fun. This is it.
Listening to the music.
Exactly. Now, what's your last one?
All right, last one. If I went by like amount of hours I've put into a game, it would probably be Star Wars Pinball here, quite honestly. But lo and behold, I'm gonna say Forever Bowl.
Wow, I see you cheated there. You went for 2.
Yeah.
Let's talk about them. Let's go Forever Bowl first.
Well, yeah, they're very different because I love me some multiplayer games. I love playing with friends, and Forever Bowl provides that. I'm very excited about the darts game. I do wish they were like sort of combined into one, and it was like a DLC of Forever Bowl.
Yeah.
But I get like target markets, all that might be different.
Yeah.
You don't want to force people who want to play just the darts games to have to get the other game.
I anticipate them having some sort of duo pack in sales and such.
Or like if you own it, then it opens up a part of the game.
Yeah. Or just like how Vader Immortal is, where every time there's a sale, and I'm sure even if people have missed the Black Friday sale, I'm sure there'll be a Christmas sale, like a Boxing Day sale or something, and those Vader Immortals will all be $15 for all 3, right. And it's the best time to pick them up. So yeah, I expect something like that.
Yeah, and then I enjoy pinball, like in real life and in VR. And so it's just easy for me to get lost and play a few hours.
Do you own a pinball machine at home?
No, I don't.
I feel like that might be on your list.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey. I've looked before.
Yeah, they are pretty pricey.
Really one of my dreams is like build an arcade machine with like a Raspberry Pi and just have all the games.
Yeah.
But I only ever get as far as Googling the blueprints and like or Googling how much it would cost for it to all be pre-built, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Have you seen the arcade 1UP arcades?
Yeah.
They like I was playing one the other day because it was in not in Best Buy, it was in London Drugs in Vancouver, and yeah, I was the Mortal Kombat one was the one I'd get without a shadow of doubt immediately. They have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 as the arcade, but it's $500 Canadian, which is what, $350 or whatever. It's the same price as Quest, and essentially,
Yeah, I just like, if you build your own, you could just have all the games,
Yeah.
All those ROMs are
ROMs, ROMs, yeah. That's true. But the like art that's on the Mortal Kombat one is so beautiful, and I love that third game so much. It just looks great. I know you can build it, but like it looks really good. One day. I feel like the room I've got in this house is intentionally the smallest room in the house. Like I had a choice to go to the biggest one, which is like twice, if not 3 times the size of my room. But I was like, no, if I get into that room, I will fill it up with shit. And I probably would have bought that arcade earlier this year, or at least during lockdown. 100%.
You would
I
have
would
had
have
more
bought it.
space for VR.
I would have had more space for VR, but it's fine. I can go into. We have different places I can go into VR. But yeah, at that place, if I had that room, that arcade, 100% been there. 100% been there. But yeah, it'd be cool if you had a pinball machine in real life. But yeah, that's it. I never checked Star Wars Pinball out, but I can see the appeal of it. I think it would be a nice, chilled out, relaxing game. Isn't it like $25, I think, or $20 as well? It's
Yeah,
not
somewhere like there, 24 something.
it's not too bad. I think if for
Um,
me, I would pick it up if it was like $15 if it was on sale
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Definitely.
As mentioned, I just love me some Star Wars, and I do love me some pinballs. So, just my niche.
Hand in hand, perfect. You just need a Star Wars rhythm game, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, Beat Saber is kind
Do
of,
do 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 do.
if we had Beat Saber but Star Wars theme, that's what they should put. I can't believe they haven't got a Star Wars license back. It does sell out so much, you know. We'll talk about their packs in a moment. But all right, so I say the five in my list would be the first one will be Chess Club. I haven't played Chess Club too much since it came out. Um, but it was definitely one of my favorites because it had hand tracking and it worked really well because it is as simple as just picking up a piece and dropping it. You're not doing too crazy things with your hands. It was a really relaxing game. There's multiplayer involved as well, but I really like the single player. You know, I had a couple problems with it in terms of like the speed of the pieces. But overall it's a good game. I wish it had more support because I think they're just a small team. And I wish they had a little bit like Walkabout, how they're pumping out DLC. But hey, maybe next year they'll have a couple more boards in place. I really want to see a cool license board. But the other one would be Secret of Metropolis. It's one of those things actually because I've been thinking about stuff to load my Quest on. Because even though I 40 gig of it is used with with Medal of Honor, it's still 10 gigs quite a lot for games. You know, there's a lot of games which are less than a gig, you know, if that. And a lot of good games are less than a gig. And Secret Metropolis is one of those. I think it's like 300 megabytes or 500 megabytes or something. And a lot of these VR movie type or VR interactive kind of experiences are very, very small in terms of file size. So I was thinking of like which ones that I want to pick and choose to show like my dad and my sister. My mom probably won't bother, but like basically my family, like just especially my dad to like jump into. And the Secret of Metropolis is definitely going to be one of them because that was phenomenal. It was a great experience. Really charming art style, really good story. Obviously it's short, but small team. I think it's a team of three, if not two or three. So I'm sure next year they'll try and come out with a sequel or something. But to do all that work, there's a lot of work for that with all that art. But Secret Metropolis definitely up there. Medal of Honor, which I've spoke about many times already over the last 3 weeks because it still is pretty much the only thing I've been playing. I finished the second chapter a couple of days ago. I know I'm kind of like milking it, like I'm taking my sweet time with it, but I am. These chapters are massive, like mission 1 and mission 2, like they take a while. They're not like 15 minutes, 20 minutes and you're done. You know, there's different segments in these missions. So and I got a bit of motion sickness, to be honest, when I finished chapter 2, because I think I played it for a little bit too long. And there was one mission where I'm sat on one of those bikes which have like a second passenger seat with a machine gun, and we're literally jumping around, like driving super fast to try and catch up to this train. And I just
Need your
continue.
vignette.
Yeah, I didn't have it. I like to turn everything off, even though it's not a good idea. I do not like it. There's not something I recommend for people trying to get past motion sickness. But I just like to turn everything off and just go deal with it. But it's bad. You know, when you get motion sickness, it's bad. I felt
Yeah,
terrible.
gotta step out right away.
I had to lie down and I was done for like an hour and a half. Like I physically couldn't do anything. I felt awful. and then I was fine, and then I was like, okay, let's go back in. But yeah, it was pretty bad, to be honest, getting motion sickness. So if you're having a lot of fun but you're feeling a little bit sick or something, don't continue. Just take it off and then just play it. It's not a good feeling. It's really bad, and especially for people new to VR, if they have that feeling, they probably won't want to jump back in again. But Medal of Honor, I know it's 40 something gig, but I freaking love it. It's the most immersive game I've ever played. For me, for me, because I love the war setting, and I always get hyped when a Call of Duty or Battlefield comes out every year, but I don't normally buy them because I know that they're not very good. They're good for multiplayer, but they're not very good for single player. And I'm always wishing the single player in war games was great. Back to the Medal of Honor days on the PS2 or the Xbox and the PC. Those Medal of Honor games are fantastic, and I want something like that again, or Call of Duty 4 or World at War is another one that I love, but they just don't make them like that. So this is the first time I got into a game where I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, so I love it. It is very glitchy though. I've realized that recently. In the last chapter has been a lot of stuff happening, and it becomes quite glitchy at times. It doesn't ruin the experience for me, but I can tell if someone's critiquing the game, that's definitely an issue. It does get glitchy at times. But it's great. And the other one I'd say is Supernatural. Now, obviously, Supernatural came out ages ago, just like Walkabout came out ages ago. But the DLC, well, not DLC, they've just updated the game many times over this year. They've incorporated boxing workouts now, which I love, a ton more of songs and such. I'm on a month to month, and I actually just, full disclosure, just canceled my membership just because I'm going home for 3 weeks over Christmas, and I know I'm not going to bother. So I'm like, I'll just cancel it now. And then when I'm eating all this like sweets and chocolates and cakes and everything over Christmas, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bother exercising with Supernatural, but I'll jump back into it when I come back. But yeah, I did buy the membership earlier this year, and then I canceled it after a month. And then I jumped back in recently, and I love it. I'm getting a lot of value for it. It's been good, especially, I mean, I'm looking outside now and it's snowing here in Canada. So, and I'm in Vancouver. It's not meant to snow, but it's snowing here. So it's like, it's better just to do the workout indoors, and Supernatural is fantastic. Highly recommended. I know it's like $20 or $15 a month. But it's worth it. If you do it like 3 or 4 times a week, it's definitely worth it. And then the final one is Jurassic World Aftermath. Came out in 2020, but the second part came out in 2021. I too, Samson, I haven't finished it like you haven't finished Star Wars, but I played so much of it now that I would definitely put it in my top 5 that came in 2021. But I'll probably put it on the bottom of the list, like the last thing that people should buy. I think it's the same like Star Wars. Like if you're into the Jurassic World kind of environment, yeah, you're into the Jurassic World. I didn't want to say world, so I was like, what was the word? If you're into that lore and such, definitely jump into that. You're gonna love it. If you're not into it at all, you're gonna like it, but maybe not for $45 because once you factor in second part, it's expensive. But I really like it. I know PJ, friend of the show, VR Verdict, he loves it, and I really like it too. I don't think there's anything wrong with the game. I think maybe it might be a tad overpriced, but it is a licensed game, so it's always going to be more expensive than it kind of should be. But it's a really fun game, and if you're on the fence, I would say definitely pick it up. And plus, because of the 2-hour return window for Oculus games, within the first hour or so, you kind of understand what this game's going to be. It is really slow the first hour. To be fair, it does pick up, but you still kind of get a grasp of what it's going to be. There's a lot of hiding, ducking from the raptor and everything, and when it does find you, it's terrifying. But don't think this is Alien Isolation. It's not that great, but it's still one of the better ones for 2021. So that's my top 5. Samson, any stuff that you didn't like what is your airing of grievances here? What are your disappointments?
All right, my airing of grievances, this was a tough one for me. But really, I'm just like sad that there isn't more to do with live sports in VR yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general. Like, why can't I go sit in some club seats and watch a football game with some of my friends?
Mm. Like what do you mean in terms of like a big screen type experience, or more in terms of a um sitting in a
Either one,
stadium
really. I
in the
mean,
other one?
I'd prefer the sitting in the stadium way.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Feel like you got courtside seats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it can be kind of done in the big screen way, if you will. But
They, I think they used to
yeah,
have a sports thing called, is it Nexus VR or something?
no, next VR, yeah.
Next
Apple
VR, yeah.
bought them though, and then
Disappeared.
they disappeared. Yeah, integrated their technology into other things,
Yeah, or unless they're
into their
saving it,
VR headset.
unless they're saving it for 2022's reveal.
Yeah,
We'll see about that one. But yeah, I'm with you though. I'm actually super excited to go back to the UK because um we have license to Sky Sports, and that's basically like, I don't know, some sort of sporting channel, Fox Sports, whatever you
it's
have in
like
the States,
ESPN. Yeah.
like ESPN essentially, yeah. And they have a select few soccer games that are in VR that you can watch. And my uncle's been trying it; he's loved it. And I've tried the World Cup. I spoke about this last week. I tried the World Cup in 2018, I think it was, or around that time. I can't remember when it was exactly, but that in VR was really really cool. And that was done by the BBC. Um, so I'm hoping something, and you could hang out with your friends. Like there's a
Mm-hmm.
lobby and such. It was kind of exactly what you want, to be honest. Um, yeah, I hope so too. I know in the States they have NBA, which
Yeah,
is in League Pass, which is a shame because I have League Pass and it would be great if I could use it, but I can't because I'm
it's
in
only in the
Canada.
States.
Yeah, it's only in the States, and I don't think there's any way to like VPN the Quest. Unless, I guess the borders are open now. I could drive to Seattle just to catch a game on my VR headset. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, get some Wi-Fi.
Get some Wi-Fi in the States. But yeah, isn't MLB on VR as well? It's that I've seen the MLB
They
VR
have
app.
they have an app. I don't know exactly what that looks like.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I wish there was more sports because I think that is definitely a big thing in VR sports. Also, concerts. I think we started the year off, or the end of the year last year in
Yeah,
2020.
Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I mean, we started off. We have a lot of concerts that's come into VR, but they've all. I hate the way that they. Here's a disappointment. Here we go. We're airing of the grievances. Everything that the Oculus has disappointed us in 2021, and one of them I feel like is just the way they handle the Oculus venues. Like, there's no on demand for Oculus venues. There is kind of like you can see the clips, so you can see the one song, one song, one song. Like, there's a few clips, but you can't see the whole set. You can't relive the whole set on demand or anything like that. And it kind of just randomly, sporadically appears. Like, there's no, yeah, the live show for, I don't know. Let's say Billie Eilish is playing. Billie Eilish is tomorrow at 10 a.m. But if you miss it, don't worry, because at on Monday, it's gonna be you're gonna have it all on demand, and you can watch it just like you did watch it and before, and also you can probably download it as well, so the quality's even better if your streaming is not that good. That would be so much better, and that's definitely something um that's disappointed me, and I would kind of continue with that point and talk about the UI. The UI still hasn't changed in a better way. I think it's changed in a worse way, having like settings hidden within all the apps now. Sometimes I've had to go into settings. I'm like, oh my God, where is it? It's actually
Mm-hmm.
fine now because I have 3 apps on my Quest and I can see settings all the time. But before I had Medal of Honor. Settings is now just like randomly gone. I just the menu system I just hate. I think it's just not very intuitive. I think for someone who's brand new to VR, there's a lot going on and a lot hidden as well. And I think it can be way, way better. I haven't seen what the Steam VR or the um Well, I have, but it's been a while. But I haven't seen what their interfaces look like. But I just know the Quest interface is utter shite, and they need to do better and like have some folders involved when it comes to apps as well. Maybe
Hmm.
you can set it in folders and why when I always go on it, it defaults the filter of my apps to all, so it shows me everything that.
Instead of installed.
And now, because I have like a handful of apps installed, I have like there's so many apps everywhere, and I'm like, for God's sake, and you have to click on the filter, go installed, and I was like, I just kind of just want to see this. Can you just show me this and then have that as a default filter? Yeah, that's what I would say is a disappointment. I mean, I could go on. I could also say the Meta Connect was a disappointment as well. We kind of spoke about that on our Meta Connect episode, on how it was just a lot of just future stuff. When I say future stuff, we're talking 2030 stuff, that could potentially happen or potentially not. And it wasn't really about now or the next couple years, which is a shame. There's a few good things that came out of it, but yeah, Oculus Gaming Showcase. Samson, you got to stop me. I'm going to continue ranting. My Elite strap broke in 2021.
Yeah.
um,
I don't remember when mine broke.
yeah, mine broke earlier this summer, I think. I can't remember, but yeah, in the summer, it was summer because I was playing golf. I was playing golf with my uncle. And it broke on that one too. So yeah, I'm sure there's more disappointments, but I think the year, like if you think about it, the year now, we had After the Fall that just came out, which has got so many good reviews. A lot of people are loving it. The people in our Discord, I just saw Craig's message this morning. He just posted that he just bought it and he loved it, which is funny because last week when he came on the episode, he wanted us to
Yeah.
convince him to buy it, and he wasn't. He doesn't play multiplayer games
Who's
and such.
convinced?
Yeah, he was convinced. I haven't bought it yet either. And I convinced him more than myself. But yeah, he says he loves it, and even though he's more of a single player game, this is a multiplayer game, and he still loves it. So that's definitely a good thing. Yeah, we have After the Fall, we had Resident Evil that came out. And then we had obviously Jurassic World and Star Wars all came out. We had Beatsaber, which came out with a couple of their DLCs. We had Walkabout that continued as well. So a solid end to the year, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, not a bad end to the year. So we'll look forward to 2021 and what we'll do for our next episode, which will probably be our final episode before the New Year's, is just to talk about what we want to see in 2021. And probably
2022, you mean?
yeah, 2020. Oh my God, it's 2022. Indeed, 2022. All right, Samson, in that VR Game Awards, Among Us VR was announced.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. You're a massive Among Us VR,
Yeah,
well, Among Us
so
fan.
those listeners that do not know, and for those that do know, I basically play weekly with a group of friends. Started up during the pandemic, and we've pretty much kept it going, weekly or bi-weekly. Um, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Among Us, and
Yeah,
they don't all have VR, so that's going to be an issue for trying to get that group in. But I know that I can get
a
at least
few.
a small. Oh yes, I know that I can get a small group of Among Us going,
I think that's gonna
and
be
I'm excited
popular.
for it.
I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be really popular. Developed by Shell Games, sorry, which is the people behind I Expect You to Die, which is gonna be good because they can make solid VR games. They're making that cooking one as well that we talked about last week. Also Robot Teddy is involved, and Inner Sloth, which are the original developers of Among Us. It kind of came out the blue, to be honest. I really didn't expect this. I know we already have Among Us
yeah,
in VR chat. Have you played it in VR chat before?
yeah. That's one I played the most of in VR,
Mhm.
and it works pretty well. I mean, it's a little finicky, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this one definitely looks crisper and looks
Of course.
cleaner. And yeah, I'm really excited to try an official version.
Yeah, somewhere in the future it will come out. I wonder if it's going to be free or not.
I don't think so. I mean, it's only free on the phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I wonder how much it's gonna cost then. I don't think it's gonna cost too much, but I think it's gonna blow up. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna blow up. It blew up this year and last year, and I think it will continue, which is great. And just a word, because a lot of people were asking if it was gonna be cross platform. On the Oculus, they haven't said yes or no. But on the Oculus blog, they put this is a completely new way to play Among Us, and that this VR version will be its own separate and standalone multiplayer experience. Actually, the fact they just said it's not going to be there, basically, after I reread the quote, which makes sense, right? It would be a little bit unfair if people are playing 2D and people are playing in VR, because I guess in 2D you can see everyone right around you, where in VR you'll have to literally look behind you, and I think there's a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're playing in a 2D screen through a first person view, like you would in VR chat. In VR chat, you can play in your PC, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if the view is completely different, then that, very
Yeah.
much changes the game.
Yeah, what do you think about the view though? It's going to be an interesting one, right? Well, I mean, you've played the VR chat one, so it's going to
Yeah.
be completely different in terms of because like in the actual 2D Among Us, like you can see people around you, right, and see people who are following you and
Yeah,
such.
you
But
got to
this
keep
one,
looking around.
you're gonna have to keep looking over your shoulder constantly, right? So I can see this being a massive hit. Somewhere in the future, I think this will be out very soon, to be honest. I think this will be
Yeah.
out within the first quarter or so. I don't suppose it's going to be a tough game to bring to VR.
Yeah, if they basically did it in a VR chat world.
Exactly. And just polish it up, I think they'll do a great job.
For sure.
Samson, I know you're a massive Beatsaber player. Lady
Oh yeah.
Gaga music pack was
I am I
announced
am
and
I am pretty
launched.
excited. I am pretty excited for this one.
You're a Gaga
Uh
fan?
I am I do enjoy me some Gaga.
I didn't know. Oh my God. We had Mickey Mouse last week, and now we have Lady Gaga on the show.
Um
Includes 10
but
tracks.
but yeah, I'll probably get this. I
Yeah.
probably will. I don't know that I'll know and or enjoy all 10 tracks, but definitely a bunch of them.
Yeah, a lot of the hitters, to be honest, a lot of old ones, like back when Fishy first released an album and such, all the way up to now. Pretty massive, So they've had Beat Saber have had a good year, in terms of DLC. They've pumped out really good ones. They had the Interscope one, they had Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga now.
They've got all the leverage now. They can get anybody they want.
Yeah, they have the money, right? They can get everyone they want. It'd be interesting as well I'm really interested to see. I mean, we'll talk about it next week, but what Supernatural is going to be now that they've been taken over by Meta as well. Now they've got all that money pumped in. What can they bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be very interesting. And you can see in Beat Saber, like the music packs are massive, and it's why people love it so much. Is that a lot of people like the music a lot? Something that other titles just can't compete with. Someone big as Lady Gaga or Billie Eilish is tough because then it's great because it's also on the Tonight Show. I saw Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Fallon was playing it again
A lot of
a month
eyes.
ago. Yeah. I think he's played it a few times now on the show, so it's still the most popular game. And even people at my work, actually, I mentioned VR, and they all say, "Oh, Beat Saber, I would probably buy VR just for Beat Saber." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no." They're like, "Dan, do you love Beat Saber?" And I said, "No, not really." I said, "It's good." I said, "I played it non-stop when I first bought it because it was sick. And it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but I just like other ones better now that I'm getting more and more into VR." But yeah, it's still a hype. So yeah, you're gonna be a Gaga fan. It already come out as well. It's already out.
Yeah, it's a
You
quick
definitely
one.
pick that up. Another DLC, new Walkabout mini golf course. I feel like we just talked about the last one, the Gardens of Babylon, just like a couple episodes ago, and now we've got another course on the way. Shangri-La is the course. I believe I said that right. Shangri-La. It's the 10th course. It's the 360 holes in Walkabout now. Also has avatars which have also already been updated. I suspect this is going to cost the same amount as the other one, which was $2.99. Samson, tell me, how freaking excited are you to get into another course?
Oh, very excited. I'll pick this up day one and get in that night.
I'm so shocked that this came out, to be honest. I didn't expect another course till the next year, till
I
January.
mean, they said their goal is once a month, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
I guess, yeah, because the last one came last month, but it doesn't feel like it. It just feel like it came out yesterday.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I still haven't finished and done everything on that one, but yeah, I'm excited to get that. December 16th, that one
Hmm.
comes out. So we'll have to have one of our walkabout days on the Sunday again. If anyone who wants to play walkabout with us, jump in our Discord and we'll set a game up. We've had a few games going recently, so we're definitely checking that course out. Horizon Worlds beta goes public. No longer need a invitation to Horizon Worlds. Still a beta though. And it's in the US and Canada, and it's 18 plus only. So you cannot join unless you're 18 plus only. It already has a paintball room, Samson.
Oh
Or
man,
already has a paint. I know you love yourself some rec room paintball.
yeah.
And this is going to be 18 plus only. Do you think that's going to change it a little bit?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know how that'll affect it at all.
No.
Honestly, I don't know that like it was popular between with
Amongst
13 to amongst this 13 to 18-year-old, before opening up the beta.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I guess I should hop in and try it for our listeners. I don't really have that much of an interest in it. Um, but uh,
You
but
should
yeah, I do
100%
I do I
check it
do
out.
enjoy some rec room paintball, so
Yeah,
I gotta get somebody to join me.
I'm pretty excited the fact that it's 18 plus only. And it's not to
Yeah, but how
discredit
do you do
our
that? How do you do that? How do you do it? How do
well,
you keep track?
it must be through the Facebook account, right? In terms of birthdays.
I guess.
That's
I
the only
guess
that's
that's
the
gotta
only
be
way
it.
I can see it, right? I know you can technically put your fake age in there, but you put that, you could also get banned, right? So I think although my PlayStation account I believe is different. Yeah, I remember when I got my PS3, I think I was 12 or 13, I can't remember, and I wasn't old enough to have a PlayStation account, so we used my dad's name.
Uh,
So my every time when I forget to reset my password, they're like, "What's your birthday?" And I was like, 1970. And they're like, "Okay, yeah, that's the right one."
yeah, sounds good.
And I was like, "Awesome, great." Yeah, but yeah, I guess the people could do that, but lots of people aren't going to be able to do that because 18 plus only, which is I think is great because not to discredit the younger people, but a lot of the younger people are like little shits, to be honest. We saw like all the crappy abuse and stuff that happens in these games, or in these multiplayer lobbies. You see in Population One all this like racism, and a lot of it is done by children. Like a lot of it you can hear is like a child's voice. It's not always, but a lot of it is as well. So definitely filter out a bunch of people, which is I think is a good thing. Um, it's a good start, to be honest, in my opinion. But we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to jump in. You can now start creating your own rooms, creating your own like worlds and such. And they're doing contests as well. Like if you, there's going to be incentives. I think Rec Room does this as well, where they're going to start paying creators to build stuff in their rooms. So I think
Hmm.
Horizon is looking to do something similar, or should I say, Meta is something trying to do something similar in
Hmm.
Horizon. So, um, yeah, I think you should definitely check this one out, Samson. I haven't checked it out yet, but I think I'm gonna add this to my list to check out this week before the next podcast. To be honest, because I'm really intrigued to see how it works.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's totally free. Anyone can do that. Yeah, there's one thing that's already come out by the time listeners are watching this, and that's Oculus Quest Day. At the time of recording, a few days before, we have no idea what's coming out on Quest Day. So if anyone's thinking, oh, they didn't talk about anything that came out on Quest Day, um, which is on the 14th, and for those of you listening, was probably yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna all we know is from our past experience is that they're gonna showcase some limited run accessories. I don't know if it's gonna be like merch, like t-shirts. There was socks inside the commercial. Are they actually gonna come out with like some sort of theme branded elite strap or some sort of theme branded like stickers that you can put on top of the Oculus Quest or something like that, or Meta Quest, as you would say. Who knows? Let's not speculate because it's already out.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's US only though, so and it's limit. And you have to like watch live to do it. So I know none of this is going to be relevant, but yeah, I feel like it's not going to be too important because it's US only, and you have to watch live to kind of get it.
Probably
It's
some
limit.
cool stuff, but
It'll
yeah,
probably just be
not
some, yeah,
not gonna end up with it.
nothing super necessary. All right, so that's the news. Samson, you played anything?
I have not. I have not had internet. Don't have hot water. Gosh, it's like I'm living in the Middle Ages here in this house from 1780s.
I feel like the no internet nowadays is brutal. It is
Yeah,
absolutely
it was
brutal.
not even 5G over in this neighborhood, so I
Not
was
even
living on
5G.
my LTE for all
Wow,
week.
wow, tough
But
life
yeah,
you, tough life you're
Verizon
living there.
Verizon came through yesterday. Now we got our internet, so
Excellent.
that's great. And hopefully, a plumber come fixes our hot water.
Yeah,
Uh, you know,
fair enough.
soon.
What I've been playing is obviously a bunch of Medal of Honor, but I won't bore you with that because we've talked about that for the last two episodes. I played a new game called Dead Second, which is really good. It's a really good. It's an indie title. It's already out. It just the dev on Twitter just says, right, yep, I got past. It's in the app lab. Um, don't know how much it is. I did get the code. He did give me a code, so
It's 9.99, I think.
yeah. First of all, this is a game that is a shooter, like a time crisis type shooter, in the arcades, like very similar to Zombieland, as well. Very similar vibe. The way you move around, you kind of just look at a place, press the A button, and dart over to these places. Um, it's what did I say? Yeah, the art style is fantastic. The art style is beautiful. It's really crisp. The gun mechanics feel really good as well. There's a bunch of different weapons in there. As far as I'm aware, there's only 3 missions currently. But that's only because it just came out in App Lab and they're gonna pump out more as well. If anyone's got that itch for something like the Zombieland game, but less, Zombieland's more of a time, a time
Hmm.
base. You want to get the best time possible, where this one, yeah, you can kind of do that. You can kind of go for the headshots and get the best time possible, but it's also like on a mission to mission basis as well. And there's a little bit more that you can do. Like with Zombieland, it's kind of, I mean, both games are linear, but Zombieland in terms of where you're going to be standing is linear. Like you're always going to be standing in these certain places. Where in Dead Second, there's like 4 or 5 different places that you can stand at one time. So you can keep moving to these different places as you're trying to shoot these people, um, who are
In
then
like
having
the
to
same
be,
room. Yeah.
yeah, in the same room. Yeah. So you don't have to stand in the same place that everyone's going to stand. You can choose different ways and crouch behind places or stand behind a pole or something like that. Um, yeah, I found the game fairly easy. But I can't remember if there's a difficulty level, but Dead Seconds definitely, if you want that, if that's kind of like an itch that you want to kind of have like a time crisis type game. I think Kimberly really wanted a game like that on
Hmm.
our Patreon, and she said, and then all of a sudden Dead Second came out literally day and date when she said that on our little group chat, so which was kind of funny. But yeah, I would recommend it for 9 to 10 bucks. You can't go wrong. It's a fun little experience, and it's not like a full game, but it's really well polished already, and probably better than most $10 games on the lab at the moment in terms of the level of polish. So yeah, Dead Second is the new one I've been playing. Apart from that, I haven't been playing anything else new. Like I said, I'm trying to like curate a little list that I can just bring home to the UK. I mean, I can always download games there too, but I just wanted to like, curate what is the best experiences for like a dad. But I think I've already settled it with Walkabout Mini Golf and the Star Wars games are gonna be the two that I'm just gonna go, okay, this is what you're gonna love. And I think, and then if he's like, yeah, I want one too, I was like, perfect. You can have this one. I'll take a 256.
Do it, yeah.
256, definitely. All right. Let's round off the show here. Games out this week. Samson, there's no games out this week.
Nailed it.
There's 2 DLCs. Samson Demio, you excited?
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
more excited for Walkabout, but yeah.
How come you're more excited about Walkabout right now?
I don't know. I got to pick.
Fair enough. They both come out on the 16th. Demio is free. Roots of Evil and Walkabout is $2.99. Shangri-La both come out on the 16th, probably around lunchtime lunchtime Pacific time is normally the time that they normally come out. But I don't know. They'll come out at some time on that day. A lot of people have been buzzing for Demio. It's been a long time since they've had a new board. I think back in March, April time was when March came out. I think like June. I think the Rat King came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's been a good 6, 7, 8 months or so since Roots of Evil. So I'm excited to check this out again. I'm definitely excited to do that one. But yeah, Walkabout for me as well, because I think Walkabout I can just play whenever, right? Demio, I need to get the crew together. And may get after the fall at some point as well. Samson, I guess you still haven't tried your new Quest strap either, the one with the battery yet.
No, I haven't opened it.
Yeah, so hopefully next week Samson's played a little bit more VR and we can talk about it. But as you can tell, we're rounding out the year now. It's time to end. It's time to eat all of our mince pies and our Christmas festive stuff. So we'll see you next week for our final episode of the year before we'll take a couple of weeks off for Christmas and New Year's, and then we'll be back again. And hopefully we played a lot of VR by that point.
Yeah.
But
next game steals.
Definitely. But next week's episode, we're going to be talking about our kind of predictions or kind of what we want to see in 2022. We'll look forward to what the quest is going to be. If you have any questions or want to be into the show, letstalkoculus@gmail.com. Send your questions in, or join our Discord and send it in on there. But that's all from us. So thank you so much for watching or listening. And we'll catch you next Wednesday.